Hello, family, friends, and fellow sojourners. It's been a while since I spoke with you last, and what I'm about to share with you now is very difficult. It has to do with what happened when Ryan's birth mother got out of her halfway house and came to pick him up. He was about 26 months old by then. He was calling me mommy, and he thought we were his family, and we knew it was going to be a hard adjustment for him because he barely knew this woman. When she picked him up and started to drive away, I saw Ryan in the car seat, in the car seat, doing this to me. And I knew what he was saying. He was saying, "Mommy, mommy." And as I walked into the house with tear-filled eyes, I heard the Lord say to me, "Well done, my good and faithful servant." Well, soon after, within a few days, we went on a long trip down to Port O'Connor, Texas. And during the trip, I remember laying in the motel room, crying out to God. And everyone was asleep, but I remember lying on my back and the tears were streaming down the sides of my face and filling my ears up with tears. And I cried out to God and I said, "Lord, this is so hard. I didn't want to let him go." And of course, we had no choice. She was his birth mother and had every right to take him. But he ministered to me in a way that I today think is astounding, because it was at that point exactly what I needed to hear. He said to me, "Do you remember the story about the two mothers that came before Solomon and were fighting over this baby?" And I said, "Yes, Lord, I remember it." And he said, "Do you remember the outcome, what Solomon said?" And I said, "I remember he said, with great wisdom, he said, well, we'll cut the baby in half, and each of you can have half of this baby." And he said, the mother, the real mother, cried out and said, "Oh, no, give him to her. Please don't hurt this baby." And the other mother said, "Go ahead and cut him in half. You can have half and I can have half." Well, then he told the guards, "Give that baby to this woman, the woman that did not want him harmed. She's the real mother." And he asked me, "Which mother would you be? Would you be the mother that was crying out for mercy for that baby, or would you be the one that was willing to sever that baby in half?" And I said, "Well, of course I would be the mother that would say, please don't harm this child. Don't hurt this baby." And he said, "That's good." And then he said, "Just like it's impossible for a man to serve two masters, it is impossible for a son to serve two mothers." And that really healed me. It made me understand that for me to want to share this baby would be hard on him and us, and possibly his birth mother, and that I had done what the Lord would have wanted me to, which was to take extremely good care of this baby and to treat him as my own, nurture him and guide him and teach him. But from that point on, there was nothing I could do. Now, Ryan was a very intelligent little baby. I remember when he was about 18 months old, I would be driving the car, and as he was in the back seat, in the car seat, I would say something like, "Ryan, stop, S-T-O-P, stop." Or I'd drive by a pizza parlor and I would say, "Ryan, pizza, P-I-Z-Z-A, pizza." And days later, out of nowhere, we came to a stop sign and Ryan said, "Stop, S-T-O-P, stop." And when we drove by that pizza parlor, he said, "Pizza, P-I-Z-Z-A." Now, he was 18 months old. He was extremely bright. And my biggest fear was that because he was so bright, that he would remember us and he would cry out for us. That was the reason that I was really grieving, was not what it was doing for us, but what it was doing for him or to him. So I just wanted to share this with you and tell you that it was a very, very difficult thing that we had to do. We would probably not have taken him in had we known we were going to have him 26 months. Thought we'd have him 2 months, and we thought we could endure that because he would still be tiny enough that he would not bond with us, but with his birth mother when she got out of prison. So I just want to encourage you and let you know that maybe things don't always turn out the way you would hope they would, but God is in control of all things, and he knows exactly what needs to be done, how much pressure to apply to do a work in us. And I just want to encourage you to seek out his word and his guidance and pray for wisdom in difficult circumstances, because you'll be blessed by it in the way he responds to you, the way he responded to me. God bless you. Bye-bye.